Alright, what's up guys? So, my name is Evan, and today, as you can see, there's something missing off my wrist. There's a tan line even. That is what I'm going to be talking to you about today. So it is the Garmin Vivosmart HR. It is this thing. I like it. It's pretty sleek. It's black. It's thinner than Fitbits, and that's one reason why I like it. We'll get into more reasons that I think it sets itself apart. So, plenty of people ask me, oh, is that a Fitbit? And they're just kind of saying, a generic term. So, no, it's not, but it's the exact same thing. So the first thing that kind of sets it apart is I've heard that Fitbits only give you a message or an alert if someone's calling you. This thing, if you receive a Snapchat, a text, an email, a call, it will display and buzz some sort of alert that is happening on your phone. So you can kind of attend to that or know that and attend to it later. So that's really nice if you're in a spot where you really can't talk, just a quick one of these and you're set to go, you know what's going on with your phone. So that is number one. That is like, I don't know, when there was a week where I had to trade this one in off of warranty, and I don't know, I just did this every 5 minutes. I'm like, I just missed it so much. So the next thing is the time feature. That's the home screen. It is constantly on, and I really like that about it because, just a quick, it's almost like a nervous tick, just doing that, checking, okay, it's 4:17, or even the date. I would estimate that I check the time and or date on it like 20 to 50 times a day. So that's like between 1 to 2 times an hour. Even more because I'm sleeping some of those hours. I've already put this thing on the charger, and 30 seconds later I did one of these thinking I could still check the time. So, basically right now it's kind of at like a fancy watch. And so that's what it is. So then the HR stands for heart rate, if you didn't know that. And so it's funny, I haven't been wearing this thing for a while, and it still is like trying to read my pulse, and it says 83. So down here it says average resting heart rate. I'm not entirely sure where it comes up with that. I think it's just when you're sitting down, you're not moving or walking or running. It just takes several measurements throughout a span of time and just says, okay, between 60, 63, 65, and 61, that 61 or so is going to be our, the average number. So, when you're running or when you're exercising and it kind of registers that, it'll take your heart rate every second, and then if you're sitting down like I am now, and let's say you're doing that for a decent amount of time, it'll register it every 5 minutes and then update it then, unless you're on the home screen. Unless you're on the home screen and then you swipe down and then say like, what's my heart rate, then it'll start automatically taking it again. So additionally, with the heart rate thing, it has the messages in your queue as far as like what's going on with your phone. So if you miss something or there's several things happening at once, you can kind of scroll through and then read them also or clear them. Weather and music has the option to display those things, but only if you're connected to the app that goes on your phone. And so of the 2 or 3 times that's happened, I found it really convenient. However, again, it doesn't really happen that often, so it's almost more trouble than it's worth. So moving on, it has the total distance traveled in the day. It's pretty pathetic, I know. Calories burned, supposedly. Minutes active for the week, I really don't know if that's accurate or not. Steps or set of stairs climbed. So apparently I've climbed 1 today. And then my total steps, 1,122. So the goal, as you can see, is 11,500, and that's not really focusing well. So you can either set your own, which I did, or you can allow it, the Garmin app and the wristband to just do it on its own. And that's what I did at first because I didn't know that you could set your own. So it started me out at 7,500, and then if you move, let's say 8,500 in a day, it'll move your goal closer to that number that you just received. And then same thing is if you don't meet it, it will move it down closer to what your average is. And so I've seen it move anywhere from like to nothing to 500 steps a day, up or down. So I think my only complaint on that is it'll move down faster than it'll move up. So it's easier to fall down the ladder than to climb it, you know. So I think all in all that this is a really nice wristband, and there's only one button on it. It gives you 3 pages of options. So this is a place where you can check your battery, disconnect or connect your Bluetooth, go for a run so it starts a timer, or you can say do not disturb. So it will still give you a notification, however it will not buzz. And that it actually automatically does that after midnight, and I believe you can set that for earlier. And you can also set an alarm, so if you say, well, I get up at 6:45 a.m. every day, you know, then this thing will give you a nice buzz on the wrist at 6:45 if you so choose to set that. It's very versatile with the size of the wrist, and it's just like any normal watch. And I know that not every single watch looks like that, but also there's plenty of wristbands that don't do this, and I'm not really sure why. It's just so agile as to the size that it can fit. You know, there's a few different sizes that I fit because, I don't know, it's just sometimes your wrist changes, or sometimes it gets really tight and uncomfortable. You want to make it a little looser. I think my only complaint would be that this is a pretty hard plastic, which is really good for the build quality. However, if you if I'm laying down in bed, either this thing will buzz and it's kind of annoying, it just makes a really loud noise, or it's really uncomfortable to lay on. So, you know, especially with that protruding piece, it's just not good. So sometimes I take it off at night, you know, and so I guess that's my only complaint. All in all, I think I have to praise also the charging. So the charging port is right here. In like 10 to 20 minutes, you can get easily like 1 bar, or, you know, 25% of the battery, you know, and that is easily going to last you the day. Even when it gives you a little battery notification down here, there's an icon just saying like charge me soon. It's still like you still have probably roughly 12 hours to get it on a charger before it completely dies. So that's really nice. I think the battery life is outstanding. I charge it between every 2 to 5 days, so probably roughly 3 to 4 in the absolute middle. And again, like if I take it off when I shower because it's advertised as waterproof. However, that's how the other ones have kind of, you know, not lasted me very long, is they just got exposed to a lot of water, or pool water, and so that was their downfall. So if I charge it when I shower like every other or every 3 days, like I'm set to go. It's totally fine. So I think that the charging to battery life ratio is outstanding. So all in all, I would recommend the Garmin Vivosmart HR. I believe they retail for $150, which can be a little expensive. I'm sure on a deal you can get them for $130 or so. And if the heart rate is not a big draw for you, you can get the Garmin Vivosmart with no heart rate for, I believe, $100 or $80 or so. It's even thinner than this is because it doesn't have to have that heart rate sensor. I think my only complaint about that one would be, that's one I had before, was the screen was not as clear, and I just didn't think it was as accurate as this one. So, I mean, maybe it's just me, but however, I really would recommend this. If you're looking into getting a wristband, I would heavily consider getting a Garmin. I don't think that, you know, Fitbit's name is the only reason that you should buy a Fitbit. You know, I think that if you really want to be able to check and know what's going on with your phone, if you're not directly holding it in your hand, I think that this is an awesome option. So, and same thing with the Jawbone, is they did not connect with your phone and tell you anything about messages. So I think that's going to be the end of this video, and then the end of what I have to say. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So if you have any suggestions for me, or any ideas of videos I should do in the future, I might have one rolling out about this thing later on in the week or next week, hopefully, and I will see you then. So thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.